Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Party time!
Yes, it is party time. And it's working now. Yes, I had to restart it. God damn, for some reason the microphone was not going through. You wouldn't have heard me, and it would have just been dead air. Sledgehammer 21. Again, whatever that means. He's always got inside jokes. How we doing? Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. My name is Izzy Presley. And this is another fucking podcast. Make sure you guys do hit up all of the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course the Facebook page is Another Effin' Podcast. If you go to that page, you will see a link for the PayPal. If you want to donate, that is cool. IzzyPresley at yahoo.com is that link. And now, yes, there are t-shirts available, but now it is getting to be that time of the year. It is cold, it is chilly, it is nippy, even out here in beautiful Southern California. It was 52 degrees last night. It's fucking cold. That means it is sweatshirt weather, ladies and gentlemen. And you can now get your Another Effin' Podcast hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, and for you ladies, tank tops. Because, you know, there you go. 19 and 20 got in a fight, 21. Sledge, your jokes, they're killing me. They're killing me. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. Working, watching The Princess. That's right. The Princess, Mila Von Johnson. When Daddy's out on tour, Izzy's one of the dog sitters, and I it's nice because I actually get someone to cuddle with, so that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Sunday night was a blast. Huge thank you to Tim Binder and doing PR and for the Rockgodz Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Sunday night out in Calabasas, or Agora Hills, at the Canyon Club. Thank you so much for coming on the show on Friday. Should have been Thursday, but the Vikings were playing. and I would have lost a very large part of my audience, my live audience during the Vikings game. I know the Wild and the Stars are playing right now, and I can't watch it, so it sucks. You know, the Wild play the Stars. It's like watching my ex-wife fight my new girlfriend, who I wish was still my ex-wife, because you lose a hockey team and you never get over it. But a huge thank you to Tim Binder. Took my friend Priya, my good friend Priya went with me, and got the red carpet treatment. Great seats, and was in for a great show. Elliot from the Cars was there. Did a nice little talk about Rick Ocasek. That was so cool. I got to meet him outside. That was very, very honor to meet that guy. Some of the people. The thing that I love about the Rockgodz Hall of Fame is they honor the people behind the scenes. They honor the players, not just the names and the faces of the bands. They honor the producers, the writers, radio people. And it's such a cool thing. Richie Kotzen was there. He inducted Richie Zito, and then jammed with Richie Zito. And he also jammed with, Teddy Zigzag. And I got that whole thing. I'm going to put it up on YouTube at some point. I just haven't had a chance to do it. I've just been so busy with working and watching the dog. And well, I suppose I could be doing it while I'm watching the dog, but all I do is nap while I'm watching the dog. And I think I do that because, like I said, I get somebody to cuddle with, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So it was a very, very cool thing. Player fucking ruled. Player just ruled. I was talking to Peter Beckett, who's been on this show, and if you haven't heard that interview, go back and listen to it, because that dude's history is unbelievable. So Player and Peter Beckett got inducted, and they played, and I was talking to Peter outside before the show, after he got done with his red carpet gimmick, and he's like, that's a limo right there. And there was this huge limo parked out in front. It's like, really? He's like, yeah. He said it belongs to so-and-so. And then, like, you know, every time we go to the airport, we're in that and yada, yada, yada. So we're leaving. And there's nobody outside. The limo's out there. The door's open. And I just saw Peter walk out, so I figured he was getting in the limo. We peek in the limo, and it's full of gear. They were using it to haul gear that night. It was awesome. But it looked so cool in front of the fucking place, in front of the Candy Club. It was awesome. I emailed Peter a picture of it. He laughed his ass off. He's like, yeah, it was hauling gear that night. But you know, the people that put it on, the people that worked for Player were helping out with the production on it. So they used it to haul gear. It was fucking beautiful, classic. How often do you see a stretch Lincoln Continental full of gear? It was fucking great, but it was such a cool show. Like I said, I got to stalk Richie Kotzen a little bit. And of course, by stalk Richie Kotzen, I mean say hi to Richie Kotzen. And he's got his record coming out in February for his 50th birthday, 50 brand new songs. And I believe I will finally get him back on the show in February when that record comes out. I know they just announced him for the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I'm very, very excited about that. And Doro. But, I mean, fucking Kotzen. Come on. It's Kotzen. It's Kotzen. Oh, my God. So it was a great, great time. Thank you, Tim Binder. And Tim will be back on the show. I thought Tim was great. He's got a huge radio background, and we're going to have him on from time to time because super nice guy, and he's got a lot to say, and I appreciate that. I think we could have some very, very good conversations on this show. Or, you know, we're on the Izzy Presley show. Either one. Because, I mean, the Izzy Presley show, you can do it on here, too. I don't care. Make sure you guys are following on Spreaker. If you are listening live, you already are doing that. But if you're just listening live for the very first time tonight, click that follow button on Spreaker. Click that subscribe button on iTunes. Leave good reviews, yada, yada, yada. It all helps. Share the show. Tell your friends. Hey, everybody, listen to this hack. Listen to this hack. He's great. Or I think he's swell. You might hate him, but give him a listen. So, it all helps. It all really, really does help. Tomorrow night, if you are in Hollywood, Soundcheck Live, the Halloween edition. I will be doing one song and hosting as the black sheep of the family, which I seem to be in all my families. I'm the black sheep. Even my family at home. I seem to be the black sheep, but that's okay. I'm content with it. As long as they love me, that's all that matters. Maybe I'll go as a black sheep tomorrow night for my costume. That would be kind of funny. I was going to go as Bryn from Flip, but that didn't work out. So that's okay. That's all right. Maybe I'll go as a black sheep. I don't know. I just grew this horrible handlebar Hulk Hogan mustache. So maybe I'll, work that into my costume. I don't know. We will see, but it's going to be a great show. No cover as always. Orianthi is playing. Chris Wise from the Alice Cooper Band are actually from the Hollywood Vampires, formerly of Ace Frehley and the Cult, is playing, and his band Owl, and he's been out with Alice, filling in for Chuck Garrick, who had Bisto Blanco duties. And Glenn Sobel is returning because Alice isn't playing, so we've got Glenn, and they just announced today, they didn't say who it is. They gave a hint. If you go to the Soundcheck Live Facebook page and you see the post, just secured and confirmed another surprise guest, and it just said at the bottom, grab yourself a beer. I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know for sure. One can only speculate, but I think it should be pretty fucking cool. Because it's Ferlazzo, and Ferlazzo usually has it under control. And yes, it is the return of the great Ferlazzo. The return of the great Ferlazzo. Just a little feedback here before we get going. Scotty says, fucking wussies, it's 30 degrees here and we're laughing. Yeah, but Scotty, you got to remember, 65 is cold to us here. Because we're used to 75 to 80 degrees and sunny every day. All day. Every day, and then it gets down a little nippy at night, and what can you do? Rihanna, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for checking in. And Scotty says, Priya and yourself look great. And yeah, we did. We did, mostly because I was there. I have mirrors. I've seen me. I was disappointed, though. We retook the picture because I noticed that my collar was tucked into my jacket. So I fixed it, but the second pictures didn't turn out as well, so we just kind of used those. And Priya, thank you for being my fake arm candy for the night. My good friend, my good buddy, but everybody knows it's me, so of course we're just friends. Friend zone for life, baby. Yeah. Thank you, Pat Fontaine. Oh my God, anything else to catch up on before we move forward? I do not think so. I do want to get into this Eddie Van Halen thing. And everybody knows the rumors. Everybody knows the speculation. Of course, the rumors that came out that he was flying to Germany to get treatments on throat cancer that has returned. I had heard worse. And it's been out and it's been around now. I had heard lung cancer. I had heard brain cancer. And now the TMZ was reporting throat cancer. And then all of a sudden Eddie shows up, and we talked about this last week a little bit. Eddie goes to see Tool and takes a picture of somebody for them with the stage behind them. And Wolfie, of course, takes the picture of Eddie taking the photo. And then just a couple days ago, Wolfie sends out pictures of Eddie himself and Valerie, and it just said family on it. And I know there's a lot of people that get excited about this stuff, and you can't. And look, I have to say this. Nobody wants Eddie Van Halen to die. Nobody wants Eddie Van Halen to have cancer. First of all, the guy's got a family, and that is the most important thing. And that's what sucks, is that everybody is talking about it now because of the family. But I have to talk about it because this is news. This is important. This is Eddie fucking Van Halen. But until there is a word, a statement from the Van Halen camp, we don't know anything. And Eddie, Mr. Van Halen, this is an open letter. This is an open invitation to you. This is your chance to clear the air. This is your chance to make the official statement. You're up on cold water. I'm in Burbank. We're not that far away. You've been getting out of the compound a little bit. You're getting out in public, which is great. It's good. It's good to see. But here it is. This is an open invite for you to come on this show at any time that you please. Anytime, any day, any hour. Come over here to Burbank. Sit down in studio. And just let us know what's happening. Obviously, you're a very private person. Van Halen camp is a very tight-knit, private camp. And we, as fans, are concerned for yourself, for your family, for your life, and for your career. And as fans, because we don't want anything bad to happen to Eddie Van Halen. I mean, it's Eddie fucking Van Halen. So here is your chance. I know I'm not Eddie Trunk. I know I'm not Howard Stern. I know I'm not Joe Rogan. I know I'm not Adam Carolla. I'm just a kid from Minnesota who came out here and got lucky and has a semi-successful podcast. Here's your chance to come here and clear the air. And I have questions that don't even talk about that. Talk about the cancer stuff. Talk about what's going on. I have fan questions too. I want to have a great conversation with you. But here's your chance to come on this show and give an official statement. And maybe that statement is, we just want privacy at this time, which would be great. That's fine. We want to give you your privacy, but we can't stop talking about it because we haven't heard from you. No, you haven't, there's nothing. Nothing, not a peep. Yeah, you go to a show. You went to see Tool. And you know the thing that shocked me the most? You saw those pictures. Eddie Van Halen was in the crowd. He was sitting in the crowd. He wasn't in a box. He wasn't backstage. He was sitting in the fucking crowd. Walking the halls. Eddie fucking Van Halen. He's not backstage. He's not anywhere. He's just hanging out like the fans, which was so fucking cool. But pictures don't change anything. They don't. Nobody wants this to be true. Everybody hopes it isn't true. Everybody hopes it's just a scare. And you're going to get it taken care of. And we will see Van Halen play again. But when you got David Lee Roth coming out and saying that Van Halen is done and I am the face of Van Halen going forward because I'm the only one going to be playing songs. And you got, other people behind the scenes saying that it's not good. When you got TMZ reporting it. When you got, the guy that broke it, AJ Benza. And AJ is never wrong. AJ is the best in the business when it comes to gossip. We just want answers. And if you want your privacy, that's fine. At least put out a statement going, hey, look, there is something going on. Just please respect our privacy at this time. That's great. But I would love to do it. Love for you to do it right here on another fucking podcast. I know it will never happen. I know I have delusions of grandeur. Hell, you should see. You want to talk about delusions of grandeur? You should see who I'm trying to get a date with. Talk about fucking delusions of grandeur. It's like my middle name. But Eddie, come on, buddy. I'm right here. I'm right here. I am no traffic, 20 minutes from you. Come on over whenever you want. You give me the time, I'll give you the location. You want to do it at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday? God bless you. You want to do it at 5 a.m. on a Sunday? Sure. You want to do it at midnight on a Saturday? I'll take off work to do it. You tell me. Will this ever happen? No, it'll never happen. Because like I said, delusions of grandeur. But hey, you never know. And that's the thing about the Van Halen camp is you never know. Hell, David Lee Roth could hear this and want to come do the show. I don't know. Never happened. I do want some of his tattoo cream stuff, though. Because mine are getting a little faded. Goddamn sun every day. Wearing shorts every day and flip-flops. Yeah, I'm that guy. What can I say? Oh, my God. It's just, we just want answers, Ed. Because we are concerned, not because we're selfish and narcoleptic, narcissists. I mean, we're all narcissists now. All roads lead to narcissism. But I would love, it would be a dream interview to have you on this show. Even if you didn't want to make a statement about the health stuff, it would still be a dream and an honor to have you on the show. But as a good interviewer, I would have to ask those questions, unless you told me specifically before we went on the air, no questions about the health. If you want to say something, that's up to you. But here's your open invite. Izzy at izzypresley.com is the email. Hit me up on Twitter at RealIzzyPresley. Whatever, just send me an email. Izzy at izzypresley.com. It's that simple. There's one other thing that I do want to address here too before we move on, and before we do talk about Carnival of Souls, because yesterday was the 22nd anniversary, I believe, of its release. 22 years old now. I was gonna have Bruce on, but Bruce is busy because I have thoughts on the Carnival of Souls record, but. So my good friend Tommy Summers at Three Sides of the Coin, very, very good friends with the guys, and we all know that I pick on them, they pick on me, but it's all in good fun. He posted this thing, and this really pisses me off, and I have to address this. And I'm going to read the entire post here. Tag Brandvold and myself and Mark and Lisa Martini. I'm just going to read this entire post because this is infuriating, and this is what makes the internet suck. Normally, I refrain from posting anything negative, but this is something I am choosing to share to shine the light on how awful some people truly are. I can tell you who this is because, like many, I can't tell you who this is because, like many, they hide behind a new fake name on the internet or behind a fake name on the internet and probably live in their parents' basement. As many of you know, I am part of a silly little podcast that has really taken off, and it has. Congrats on that. Something I do once a week for a few hours, and that's it. I have 3 co-hosts, Michael Brandvold, Mark Cicchini, and Lisa Martini. Oh, and sometimes pinch hitter Izzy Presley. Notice how they didn't mention Dr. Fucking that? Yeah, that's right, because I have talent. All of them are fine human beings who would bend over backwards to help each other. Michael lives in San Francisco area. Many of you know about the horrible wildflowers and loss of power. He lives there with his lovely wife, Katrina, and beautiful daughter, Tuli. Today he received an email from a coward. Why? Because he has banned this guy from our Facebook page for being an ass and threatening others with disrespect. And this is the thing I hate about social media is people do that. People hide. They hide and they lie. They hide behind a screen name. They're all tough until fucking it's time to go nose to nose and toes to toes, and then they're nowhere to be found. And this is that email. And I quote, "Poor Michael, I heard you had power cut off due to the fires in California. I've been trying to feel sorry for you, but I don't. Have you ever thought this is a nice dose of well-deserved karma? ? There is nothing I would love more to hear about the wildfires destroying your home. Please keep us all updated right now. I hope you and your slut whore wife and ugly ass kid are all holed up in a crappy Motel 6. Laugh out loud. Please do keep us posted. God, I just love karma. Laugh out loud." End quote. And Mr. Summers finishes this post by saying, "I want to let each and every one of you know I value our connection because I know you would never send a hateful email like this. I am glad I don't know people like this personally." And this is exactly it. This is exactly why the internet sucks. And this is exactly why people don't understand entertainment. Brandvold plays a character. Yes, it's him. Yes, it's a lot of his views, but he plays a character. He stirs the pot. He plays the heel. He plays the heel card, which, of course, I have done on this, putting over something called Dr. Fuck. Not to make this about me. But that's his character. That's what he does. And it works. Why? Because they get a shit ton of listens and views. I do not. And then if you're just going to be one of these asses that goes on the Facebook page and just start shit, talk shit, and fuck with people, of course you're going to get banned. If I run into that on any of my pages, that will happen as well. But to wish harm, to wish loss of home, to call somebody's wife a slut and a whore and his kid ugly, that's just wrong, pal. And I wish I knew who you were. You don't know who I know. I don't want to go all Godfather on you, but you don't know who I know. You think you're all tough? You're hiding behind a screen name. You're hiding behind a fake email. Oh, there's ways to find out where that email came from. You think you're tough? Think you're a tough guy? Let's talk. First half of the show brought to you by Beater Amplification. It's 2 E's. Beeter. Hand-wired, hand-built. Amazing amps. 3 channels of testicular fortitude. Hit them up, beateramplification.com. Old school Metallica tone, old school KISS AC/DC tone, and that old school clean-ass Fender tone. We're going to take a break. Come back and we'll talk Carnival of Souls. It's another fucking podcast. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
Second half of the show brought to you by A&P Productions Laser Engraving. That's A&P Laser. Fucking amazing people up there. Based out of central Minnesota. Hit them up online. Get everything laser engraved from your sidearm all the way to a hot dog bun do a lot of work with the armed forces, do a lot of work with the police. Love these guys. Great job by these guys. And also John Palumbo Design. Love us some John Palumbo. And he's a great designer as well, a great graphic designer. Hit him up if you have a band, if you have a business, you need a website, you need a logo, you need anything. Hit up our good friend John Palumbo at johnpalumbodesign.com. And a huge happy birthday to Tony from the Rockgodz Saloon. Merry birthday, buddy. Check them out. You heard their ad at the top of the show, rockwoodssaloon.com. Badass rock and roll gear. Just check them out. They're fucking killer. A little listener feedback before we move on. Alan says, if I show up randomly on a Tuesday night at 3 a.m. with Mick Golden Light, will you interview me? Absolutely. Absolutely, Alan. That window is always open. Sledgehammer says, I charge $517 for the card so I can get VIP front row seat for Tool in Milwaukee the day after next. So that would be Halloween. Correct? Just come on the show, Mr. Van Halen, and talk about the Tool concert and why Izzy should give Tool a second chance, because they are the greatest band alive. Look, I never said they weren't a great band. I just said I can't get into them. I can't. There's no. I like the song that Arizona Bay, the one about Bill Hicks. I love that one. That's a great song because it's about Bill Hicks, and I love the fact that they're Bill Hicks fans. I love the fact that they work him into their music. But I just can't get into them. I just can't. I like hooky poppy fucking rock and roll. What can I say? It's just my thing. Not a Tool guy. Not a Tool guy. Jacobus says, fuck yes. It's great to see you, buddy. Hope you're feeling a lot better. I'm just finally getting over this crud from 5 days of fucking drinking and no sleep on the Mega Cruise, which was awesome. The Megadeth Cruise was fucking amazing. Scotty checking in from Canada. I'd be curious to hear about Carnival of Souls. Or I'm curious. I have not heard one song off that album. I'm curious why, if I should check it out. Well, I suggest you do check it out, Scott. We've heard me talk about it on the show. We've heard me talk about it on Monsters of Rock Radio. And every time I do that non-makeup countdown, it's always the least favorite. Why is it my least favorite Kiss non-makeup record? Because I do not believe it is a Kiss record. It was slated to be the next Kiss record after Alive 3, the next studio record after Revenge. But of course, we all know the reunion, Kiss Unplugged happened, and then the reunion happened, and then no more Carnival of Souls. But it did get leaked, and it was very popular in the exchange, the tape trading and bootlegs and shit like that, until they just finally caved and released it. I think it's a good 90s rock record. Put out by the members of KISS. I think the thing that hurt it was that you expect a KISS record. And it's not a shot at the music on it at all, because, I mean, there's some great stuff on there. There really is. It's just not a KISS record. KISS records are about sucking and fucking and partying. You know? That's a good KISS record. It's all about the pussy, motherfucker. Or, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. It's all about the pussy, motherfucker, Bubba. But there's some great stuff on there. I mean, if you go down this, let me pull up the track list here. Opening song, Hate, is a decent song. Rain is a decent song. Master and Slave fucking is great. Jungle, which was the first single off of it, is a good song. And then there's not really any horrible songs on it. And I love the fact that Bruce Kulick wrote and co-wrote almost every single song on here. Jamie St. James from Black and Blue had a writing credit on it on the song In My Head. Tommy Thayer had a writing credit on it on Childhood's End. It's just not a KISS record. And that is my problem with it. But it's like Jungle, which was the single off of it. The album hit number 27 on the Billboard charts in 97, which isn't terrible. People bought it. And the only single that was released was Jungle. And it hit number 8 on the mainstream rock chart. You know, and the single was the Metal Edge Reader's Choice Award for Song of the Year. But it's just not a KISS record. And this is my thing. This is why I want to talk about this. It was yesterday was the 22nd. If my math is correct, 97, so 2019. Yeah. 22nd anniversary of the record release, which had been leaked out before. And I do know, but I'm not going to say, because it's never been made public how it got out. But there was a very limited number of those of copies of that. I mean, very limited, like less than 10. And somebody leaked it. I'm not going to say who, not going to say what, not going to say why. I'm just saying somebody leaked it. And it got out, and KISS fans clamored on it like it was fucking the Wicked Lester sessions. Farrell Barrett, how you doing, buddy? It's good to talk to you. It's good to see you. Hopefully see you tomorrow night. I didn't look very hard at the list. I hope you're there. I hope you'll just be there. But my thing is, and this is the question I always bring up to people when I talk about this record, talk about Carnival of Souls, is if this would have been the next KISS record and there would never have been a reunion, would it have been the end of KISS? Would it have killed KISS? And that's the question that I contemplated, and I think it would have. And I'll tell you why. Because KISS in 1991, they were back. Hot in the Shade was a huge record for them. The tour was huge, and they were back. I mean, you can say what you want about Hot in the Shade. Yes, it was too long. Yes, it sounded like a bunch of demos. If they would have whittled some fat off of it, it would have been a really, really good KISS record. And the tour really brought them back to playing a lot of the old school songs that they hadn't played in years. And they followed up with Revenge, which a lot of people consider their best non-makeup record. I disagree. I think Revenge is a very, 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 very good record. I think it's heavy. But I still lean towards Asylum. I think Revenge is a little overrated. As good as it is, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Revenge. I just think it's a little overrated. I think people put it on just a little bit of a pedestal. Oh, sorry, I'm getting text here about tomorrow night. But I still think Asylum is the number one KISS non-makeup record. So they're coming off Hot in the Shade, a very, very, very successful tour. Revenge comes out, and of course we all know what was going on in the music industry at that time. That is when grunge started to take over. And KISS, unfortunately, got sucked up into that. As good as Revenge was, as heavy as Revenge was, KISS got sucked up into that, oh, they have long hair, they play guitar solos, they sing about pussy, they're no longer relevant type thing. The tour did not do great. I thought Alive 3 was amazing. I cannot wait to listen to the vinyl, the gatefold vinyl that I was given for my birthday. The tour did not do great. And I remember specifically, and I want to say it was about 94, about 1994. And I can't remember what band was playing at the Delwyn in St. Joseph, right outside of St. Cloud, my hometown. But it was, I think it was like a Great White, or it was maybe a Tesla. And I remember Scott Clone from Rockin' 101, who's now in jail, talking about bands that they were bringing to St. Cloud. And the last one was in maybe even KISS. And of course, me at that time blew my wad. I'm like, oh my God, KISS is coming to St. Cloud. That's fucking amazing. But now in retrospect, I look back at it and think, that's where they're at now. That's where they were at. They go in the studio in 95, and it says 95 to 96. I wanted to have Bruce Kulick on the show to talk about the record, and we were going to do it, but Bruce is wrapped up with the KISS cruise, and he just doesn't have time. And that's fine. I mean, we could have recorded it before, but he's busy, and that's fine. That's great. That's great. I mean, maybe next year we'll have him on to talk about it. But KISS was in a downward spiral at the time. KISS was in a big downward spiral when Carnival of Souls came out. It was supposed to come out. And I think that if the reunion had not happened and this record did come out, it would have been the end of KISS. Or would have forced the reunion. I think Gene and Paul saw the writing on the wall. I think they saw the success of the Unplugged convention tour, which was great. That was a fucking blast. I mean, at the time, $100, but you look at it back at now, and it's like, dude, that was some of the best $100 people have ever spent. Then, of course, they saw the success of KISS Unplugged on MTV, and you can see it in Gene's eyes. When Ace and Peter come out, and they're playing, first they do 2000 Man, and then they do Beth. And there's a point during Beth where they single in on Gene, and he's got a sparkle. He's got a look. And it's like you find that look. If you go back and watch that video, Beth on KISS Unplugged, you'll see a fucking look in Gene's eye, and you know right there, the reunion's going to happen. And it did, and the rest is history. I mean, we can go on and talk about what happened after the reunion, yada, yada, yada. But I am content. I am content to say that Carnival of Souls would have been the end of KISS and or forced the reunion that I don't think they wanted to happen. I think the reunion was something that had to happen to save KISS. And once again, Ace and Peter saving KISS. I'm an Ace wonk. What can I say? Alan says, Snowblind is my favorite solo KISS album. Ace. Snowblind is an amazing song, and that is in every act set every time that we play. It's fucking great. So, Scotty, to answer your question, yes, I highly suggest you check out Carnival of Souls. I think there's stuff on it you would really like, but you cannot go into it with the mentality of, I'm listening to a KISS record. You have to go into it in the mentality of, I'm listening to a 90s rock record. Look at it like people look at the Kotzen Poison record. Look at it like people look at the Karabi Motley Crue record. But the more I hear that Karabi record, which I really like, you can picture Vince singing those songs. In the studio, at least. Listen to those songs on that Karabi record. And picture Vince singing them. I think that could have been really, really good. Sledgehammer checking in. KISS bought themselves more time. Any hope for a new record? No. I think KISS is done recording. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another single, something to promote. And did you not expect that tour to get extended? I knew that they would, they're going to reschedule some shows, and let's not be fucking, let's be invisible here. Let's be blunt. We all know that the reason those shows were rescheduled is because of ticket sales. I had a gal from Ticketmaster, Live Nation actually, in my car, and she's like, yeah, I work for Live Nation. I'm just out here, yada, yada, yada. And I said, off the record, Was the KISS show moved because of ticket sales? She's like, I don't know. I don't fucking handle it out here. I'm in New York. I'm like, all right. But all you got to do is look at the screen grab. Less than half the arena was sold. Of course they moved it due to ticket sales. It may have been convenient that G needed to have a procedure done that was non-life threatening, and it was just yada, yada, yada. But something that needed to be done, it was just convenient. It all worked out that they could move these shows because they weren't selling very well and reschedule them at a better time, which would sell more tickets, which is fine. That's the business. It's the fucking music business. You want people in the seats. You don't want to paper the shows. You know, you don't want to discount the tickets to $9.99 day of the show just to get people in the seats. Which is what they would have had to do if they would have went on with those shows. So it was a smart business move by him. I just want transparency. I just want just be honest. There is no kayfabe in the fucking music industry anymore because there's the internet. Just be honest. That's all we want. That is all we need, is honesty. We get it. You're KISS. Just be honest with us. Scotty says, I will do that. Thank you for the tip on going into it. I really love the Carabio. I do too. And John never lets me forget that I was the guy that didn't buy it. I interviewed John a while ago, back in my Rockin' 101 days. And I told him during the interview, he's like, I never bought the record. Actually, I think I only listened to it once. And when I met him on the Monsters of Rock cruise later that year, he goes, oh yeah, Izzy, the guy that didn't buy the Motley record. And he remembered that. I thought that was kind of fucking cool. And he gives me shit about it. John's a good dude. I like giving him shit. He gives me shit right back. It's all in good fun, of course. I always joke that he hates me, but he doesn't hate me. At least I hope he doesn't. And another cool thing about Carnival of Souls, I'm not ripping on Carnival of Souls. I'm just being honest. Bruce Kulick gets his first lead vocal on it. On a song called I Walk Alone. So yes, Scotty, check it out. Just go into it not thinking it's a KISS record. Just go into it and think it as a good 80s or 90s rock record. And that's how you should listen to it. Because like I said, if you listen to it expecting to hear Strutter, expecting to hear Unholy, expecting to hear Hide Your Heart, expecting to hear Heaven's on Fire, expecting to hear Detroit Rock City, you're not going to hear those songs. And Unholy, I always say, is God of Thunder Part 2, which it kind of really is. So there we go. There is the show. Got some cool shit coming up in November. I believe I'm going to have Rudy Sarzo in studio, working on Tim Russ from is it Star Trek Voyager? Is it the other one? One of the other ones. The We Ain't Found Shit guy from Spaceballs. Working on AJ Benza, which, I cannot wait to interview AJ Benza. You guys will love AJ Benza, and trust me, it's not going to be about gossip. That dude has stories. Not just about the gossip world. I can't wait to get into mafia stories with him. That's what really excites me. I have mafia stories, and you guys will understand why I have him on. He said he would come on. Also working on the brother of a very, very, very huge Hollywood actor who you all know and love. Not going to spill the beans on it because obviously it is not confirmed. But let's just say there has been some talk and there has been some outreach and they're throwing it by him. So we will see, because I think he's got something very cool to promote coming on, to come on with. What else do we got coming up? I'm working on something else. I just can't think of it. Going to try on Thursday to get somebody in to talk about the Rainbow documentary. Of course, I live with somebody who works at the Rainbow, and I'm good friends with a lot of people that work at the Rainbow. And I haven't seen the documentary yet, so maybe I'll watch that at some point, and maybe we'll get Will in on Thursday, or maybe I can get Christy to come in on Thursday, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. But I do want to do something about the rainbow because it's my favorite place in the fucking world. It's my Disneyland. It's my Graceland. It's just I can actually afford to go to the rainbow. Like I cannot afford to go to Disneyland or Graceland because I'm poor and I'm a Lyft driver. All right, folks, speaking of being poor and being a Lyft driver, that's what I have to go do now after I go throw a shit. That's right, I'm going to squat a shit. I got to take a 10-200. Not that you guys needed to know that, but, you know. That's life. And yes, hopefully in February, the great Richie Kotzen. Crossing my fingers on that. He said he'd do it. Now we'll see if it happens. Because I love Richie and Richie's Richie. But he's got something to promote, so I think there's a good chance it'll happen. And sometime when Trunk is in town, when he's got time, he'll do it. And he just never works out because he's such a busy motherfucker. So we're working on a lot of cool stuff here coming up on another effing podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And Eddie, if you did listen, and you did listen all the way to the end, Izzy at izzypresley.com. Hit me up, buddy. We'll make this happen. Don't forget to hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook page for the show is Another Effin' Podcast. And, of course, you are listening live. Click that follow button on the Spreaker app. If you're listening on iTunes and you want to listen live, get the Spreaker app, find me, and click follow, and then subscribe on iTunes as well. Give me reviews and buy merch, send money, yada, yada, yada. With all that said, everybody in Hollywood will see you at Lucky Strike tomorrow night. Orianthi, Glenn Sobel, Chris Wise, and a very, very, very special guest. And yes, I get to do a song as well. Until then, my name is Izzy Presley. What I lack in talent, I make up for in cock. Hopefully see you on Thursday. Izzy Presley Show.